So this is my review of the Stevens Cyclo-cross 105. It's a cross bike. Stevens is a German brand that's pretty popular in Germany and Canada. They've started exporting to the UK and the US, but they're not that popular. Actually, I actually hadn't heard of them until I got to Germany, but it's a good little brand, good reputation, and this is a really nice little bike that I bought for commuting and winter cycling. And I have to say I was really surprised at what a good little all-rounder this is. So start off with the crankset at the front. It's a 50-34 gearing, so it's a compact crank. It's all Shimano 105 shifters on the derailleurs. I don't know if you see the 105 on there, and 105 on the back. There's just one step down from the Ultegra set, so that's pretty nice. They have their own brand, Stevens brand Oxygen brakes, which are a little bit wider than what you normally see on a road bike. And here these little brake pads are really nice and thick and wide. So I found these to be pretty responsive and pretty good. The other nice feature that it has, if you're a beginner or you're a new rider, it also has brakes on the top, which help for city commuting and stuff a little bit. I'll probably remove these myself at some point because I don't really need them. I tend to ride in the hoods, on top of the hoods or in the drops, and then if you take them off you have a bit more room on the front for lights, and at some point I might use it as a touring bike, so if you want to put a bag here or something they can get in the way. But it's nice to have if you're a beginner rider, a new rider, and also for city riding. It's not a bad little thing either. Then the other really nice feature that they have, which is pretty unusual for a bike of this type, is they have well, by type I mean cost, right? So this price level, I think it's around UK pounds is around 1,000, and European euro currency, I think around 1,100, 1,200. This is for the 2013 model. So they actually have integrated cabling that runs through the housing up here and up on top, and I've actually seen bikes that cost double or triple this that don't have this feature, but I guess for cyclocross it's good because you can get in and carry. And the other nice thing is that the bar at the bottom is pretty flat, so if you do need to pick it up and carry it, the bar is nice and flat. It does have all aluminum frame, so no steel, no carbon here. The fork is aluminum as well. The tires are Schwalbe 33s. Actually really nice and thick, and I have to say both on, I've ridden this off-road, some really bumpy trails, and also in the city, because the tires are quite nice and fat, and they got some good traction here. As well, it doesn't really you don't really feel the stiffness of the aluminum frame. I did have an older road bike that I rode on an aluminum frame, and that was a bit rougher. But this yeah, feels really subtle, really smooth. I have to say the bike feels quick. It's responsive. The weight is about 9.7 kilos according to the manufacturer's website. So it's not the lightest bike in the world. But I have to say, for winter riding and training, it's a good little bike, and it makes my other road bikes seem a lot faster and a lot lighter when I get on that. So it's not bad at all. But I have to say the weight hasn't bothered me. The other thing to mention, this is not the stock saddle that comes with it. This is a SSR Bontrager saddle that I put on there, which is also not my favorite saddle. I'll probably be changing that soon, but it's what I had knocking around, and the stock saddle was pretty painful. And then the other thing is I've got Shimano XT mountain bike cleats pedals, mountain bike pedals on here. Also, they don't come with the bike. This just came with regular flat stock pedals. So that's it. That's a Stevens Cyclo-cross 105. I think I mentioned everything noteworthy. If you have questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and I'll get back to you, and I'll end with just a few nice shots of the bike.
Metal